Today we're going to be doing a new look Jacksonville Jaguars rebuild in Madden 26. This Jags team had a really good season last year under Liam Cohen, so we're going to see what we could do today in year number 2 with them and see if we can get this team a Super Bowl at some point in this video. But before we get into today's video, YouTube does tell me about 83% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed, so if you do fall on that, want to change that, that'd be greatly appreciated. So we officially have 4 more Madden 26 rebuilds left to do, including this one today, the Jaguars and then the Colts, and then there's 2 other teams we need to do. And Madden 26 will officially be over and we'll be on to Madden 27, and that's when we'll be back on a regular scheduled programming of every other day rebuilds. But for now, let's talk about this Jaguars team. So of course, Trevor Lawrence under center is the one leading the charge. You got BTJ, who's been in trade rumors forever, it feels like, ever since, you know, he wasn't very good his sophomore season. It was really good his rookie season. Sophomore season, not so much. They bring in Jacoby Myers. Parker Washington, I do think, is a guy waiting to become a stud over there in Jacksonville as well. Basal Tune's going to have a bigger role this year, obviously, with Travis Etienne or Achan apparently gone. And then offensive line's looking okay. Definitely could be better. I guess Makar is, you know, supposed to be our starting guard. And then on the defensive side of the ball, this is where I like a lot more. So obviously, Travis Hunter played both sides. He did get hurt last year, as we all know, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him this year. But Josh Allen, Eric Armstead, Trayvon Walker, Fuyasada Luakan, of course, Travis Hunter is the biggest thing, you know, to be excited about this defense. So for year number 1, we're going to just simply simulate and see how things go. Like I said, this team did end up making the playoffs last year, but actually looking at them on paper right now, I don't know, for whatever reason, I feel a little underwhelmed. I don't know why. I really do, but we'll see. So hopefully we can develop some of these guys like Tootin. Maybe we could turn BTJ back into his former self. Like, I don't know who's that slot wide receiver right now. It's Jacoby Myers. Should we put BTJ there, see if we can reinvent him? Because, you know, slot wide receivers usually go off. And I think I am going to go ahead and do that because it really sucks what happened to Brian Thomas Jr. I want him to become a stud again. And so let's see if we can accomplish that by just throwing him in the slot forcefully, I guess. So we'll go ahead and do that, see what he can do there. I will see you guys at the end of year number 1. And at the end of season 1, it was an underwhelming season as we finished up at 6-11. So that definitely sucks. Because like I said, Trevor Lawrence and the Jags looked really amazing in that back half of the season. I remember that obviously drive where that final drive, I think it was, when Trevor Lawrence fell and then got back up and then ran in for a touchdown on the Chiefs. Like, that felt like the turnaround point for the Jaguars to be like one of those teams that you had to, you know, really be scared of. And then they fortunately lost to the Bills in the wild card round. But 28-14 from Trevor Lawrence. He has 6 touchdowns, only 681 yards from Basal Tootin. So as much as I think Tootin could be nice, I don't know if we can trust him to be our RB1 throughout the entire video. We'll have to see on that. But Jacoby Myers, 1,100 yards. BTJ definitely was a little bit better this year. 7 touchdowns, 900 yards. Parker Washington with 700 as well. Defensively, they have 13 sacks from Josh Allen, so that's good. 8.5 from Trayvon Walker and 8 from Rook. And then interceptions, 3 from Fuyasada Luakan, 2 from Jerry Jones, 2 from Lawrence or Lewis. Travis Hunter came away with 1 interception. Did he catch a ball at all? I know, I'm pretty sure they made it to where you could play both sides. I don't know if he was involved at all. I don't know if he'd even show up here. I don't think I see his name. So yeah, no receiving yards for Travis Hunter, it seems anyway. But okay, let's go ahead and get in the offseason, the first one of this video, and we'll see if we can make this team better. We only have $10 million in cap space, which is kind of very underwhelming, I would say, based off how I feel like we need a lot more talent here. So maybe that does change in a second, but we'll see who wins the Super Bowl, of course, as well in year number 1. Usually it's going to be like, oh, it's actually the Chargers and Niners. Okay. So Brock Purdy and the Niners get it done. He wins Super Bowl MVP. MVP goes to Joe Burrow. Vrabel's your coach of the year. McCaffrey's your offensive player. Micah Parsons, Jeremy Bernard, and Sonny Styles. Okay. Well, negative 13 million. So it actually went down. So this is going to be kind of interesting to figure out. But yeah, not good. So let's load that 27 draft class as well. But man, that was, yeah, very disappointing to see our cap situation go down. I don't know if we have any important retirements to worry about. So we do have Dennis Gardeck retiring, and that's about it. So that was a starter for us. So that kind of sucks. But all right, negative $13 million. We're gonna have to see who's making all the money on this team. No T-Law's on a big contract, but Ezra Cleveland, Parker Washington, Antonio Johnson, okay, and Eric Armstead. So there is some somewhat free agents I would like to bring back, but let's go see, you know, who's making all the damn money. So if we go look at the saving spot, you got Anton Harrison, 25 years old. We could save $19 million by releasing him. And to me, that is probably going to no-brainer start things off. So we're going to go in and release Anton Harrison, unfortunately, to start things off. Save that $19 million. Patrick McCarry, another one. Yeah, we're probably going to reinvent this whole team. Oh, my Lord. I don't like a lot of these salaries we have going on. So, and then we'll also release Walker Little. So our offensive line is taking a massive hit. So we're going to have to really change up what our offensive line is going to look like for sure. And this, another offensive lineman making a lot of money. And yeah, I think I'm going to cut him as well. So basically we're going to have a whole new offensive line, basically. So we're going to release all of these guys and have to deal with a whole new O-line. So that is going to be how we start things off. So let's go ahead and do that. Release Cole Van Lennon here as well. Now I'll summarize the cap cuts. So the only two guys we're going to worry about bringing back is going to be 25-year-old Antonio Johnson, who shouldn't be too expensive. And I do want to bring back Parker Washington because, like I said, I do think Parker Washington could be a really good receiver. So if we could keep him around, that'd be great. So Washington, Myers, BTJ, I'm pretty comfortable with that core. We'll probably let Cleveland go as well since he's 29 years old. So going with only 25 million, needing a whole new offensive line. So the draft is going to be probably big, offensive line dependent. So we'll go see what this is looking like. So yeah, as far as, and then I would like to bring in a new running back, but as you can see, the O-line is going to need a whole overhaul for sure after we released a bunch of them to save some money. Defensively, we do need another linebacker. Safeties looks fine for now. Corner with Travis Hunter is kind of making that look better than it is. Could use, I mean, we could use a lot of things, and unfortunately, what position is Ransaw? So Caleb Ransaw is a star def strong safety. So I guess we didn't need to bring back Antonio Johnson, but still not a bad thing. It wasn't that expensive. And then Husky is our free safety. So okay, let's head to free agency. Only $25 million to work with. So I'm going to try to get at least one offensive lineman here if we can, because obviously you'd love to address that as much as you can. And then we'll have to see what we can do in the draft as well. But there is a couple offensive linemen, but let's see if we need anybody like Iquanu, for instance. Sounds perfect as a 26-year-old left tackle to bring in to kind of reinvent this thing a little bit. You also have like, not Falele, we had Makari, not Falele, but Tevin Jenkins, 29 years old, or you have, we just cut Anton Harrison, Warren McClendon. So I do want to start off with Iquanu. I mean, I think that'd be a good start to reinvent this a little bit, kind of get a 26-year-old left tackle in here. So that's going to be a good start. Should be able to get him. Might be the only thing we're able to do because, we don't have a ton of money to work with. So we'll get Iquanu. That's going to get us a left tackle, which is good. Actually, he's thinking about it, but he does choose us. That's big. We needed him in the worst way possible. So Iquanu is going to be our first addition and our only free agency addition, looks like, potentially. So yeah, now we go to the draft. We do have Pregnon, who, is going to have to probably start in one of the guard spots, Millum. So probably draft a right tackle and a center somewhere in the draft. We're going to have to be okay with what we have in offense. Tuden's probably going to have to start again unless we're able to draft running back somehow. And then, so yeah, probably go O-line and then invest in the defensive line as well and a linebacker potentially. So let's head to the draft, see what we can do. But yeah, overall, we definitely need a lot more here. It didn't have a ton of things to work with, but we'll see what we can do in this draft. So it's going to be a pretty easy decision for me here to start things off. I'm absolutely going to take Anthony Napier out of Notre Dame, probably to be our new right tackles. Him and Iquanu kind of leading this offensive line rehaul or overhaul or whatever. So Fort's true value, got him at number 9. I think that was a slam dunk way to start this draft to protect Trevor Lawrence. So that is going to be nice. And then I thought I almost skipped my pick there for a second, but let's go to pick 41 now, and we'll see what we can do here. So at pick 41, we probably try to go offensive line again if we can. I don't know if there's going to be like any good center prospects left on the board. So Drew Bobo or I don't know, this guy out of Oregon, doesn't look too promising. So probably won't just slam the board with him. So let's go instead. Maybe we can go with Pierre here. I mean, I feel good about the edge rushers we have. I know Trayvon Walker, I think, just got an extension as well, if I'm not mistaken. Gooseby, I guess we could move him inside maybe, and he could be interesting. We could take another. I mean, there are some good edge rusher prospects on the board. Have a strong safety. Quarterback, I'm not going to take, obviously. There's a running back, which is interesting. Nate Frazier, great speed. I don't know, man. I don't feel like I should really invest in running back this high in the draft. I feel like we need a lot more things here. So I think ultimately I'm going to end with Gooseby. I think we can move him to left guard or something. Not Trevor Gooseby either. Man, all right. Let me think on this. I'm not really loving the board here. Well, instead, I'm going to end up here with a linebacker, Kingston Ace. I don't know how to say his name, but he's from Notre Dame. We're going to bring him in, and he's going to be 94 in true value, get my 41, but he is hidden depth, which is what, you know, really caught my attention. So we got a new linebacker, which is something we did need, so we can't ignore that. And ideally, we walk away with one more offensive lineman here if we can. If that center would have fell to us, I probably would have slammed the board from here. But Gooseby, I was considering him in round 2. Maybe we just go ahead and take him here in round 3 and play him somewhere. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll bring in Trevor Gooseby, and we'll let the AI take care of the rest. So we're going to walk away feeling pretty solid. I do like what we did at the tackles, which is one of the most important parts, of course, protecting your QB. So let's make sure that we, you know, shuffle the deck correctly on the O-line, try to put together the best O-line we can with what we have. And we'll see what this looks like going to year 2. So here's what things will look like. So you have Pregnon, Iquanu, Gooseby, Anthony Knapp, and then Hainsey as your center. So I actually don't know how old Hainsey is. He is 29. Okay, so we'll definitely need a new center eventually here. But Pregnon, I believe, is a younger O-lineman, if I'm not mistaken, 25. But yeah, ideally, we probably maybe still get a different alignment, but we'll see. Gooseby, Knapp, Iquanu. I don't think that looks too bad. Definitely needs more improvement. Defensively, of course, we bring in Biles as well, and then you also have, you know, Willem Asa, who we brought out. Probably move him to Sam linebacker, I guess, because we want him, you know, playing somewhere, and he's gonna be behind Luakon right now. So we'll move him over to Sam linebacker, and definitely still more work to be done here. But I feel okay about how offseason 1 went. But, man, I honestly thought this Jags team was going to be a little bit easier to rebuild. But looking at it on paper, it didn't look too impressive, weirdly enough, even though they were a pretty good team last year. Do I stick with Cohen's playbooks? I think I will. I'm just going to hope that things get a little bit better this year. I'm going to stick with his playbooks for now. Was a little disappointing, or a little disappointed in year 1, obviously. But hopefully year 2 brings new you know, a better sim for us, but we'll see. We might be bad in year 2 again. Maybe it's for the best. Even if we're bad, we'll have a high draft pick again. We could probably use it with the talent that we need to add to this team. So let's go into some of year 2. We open up against the Texans. We'll load this draft class, and hopefully we make the playoffs in year 2. But if we are bad again, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, because we could add more talent. But yeah, let's just see how year 2 goes. I'll go with whatever happens, you know, is fine, but let's see what happens here. So much better year number 2, as we end up going 10-7 this time around. So that was good. I don't know if moving it to a 3-4 changed everything for us, but I'm very happy with how this season went compared to last year. We also won a division, and we get to play our division rival, the Colts, who also went 10-7. So we must have had the tiebreaker on them. 4th seed in the AFC, offensively 17th in the NFL. So we didn't even change the playbooks either. And defensively 13th in the NFL. So much more improved this year. 29-7 from T-Law. He had 11 touchdowns, 800 yards from Basal Tootin, 1,000 from Jacoby Myers, 900 from Brian Thomas Jr., and 800 from Brendan Strange, and 600 from Parker Washington. Defensively, you had 18 sacks from Josh Allen, a very good season out of him. 10 from Trayvon Walker. You got 7.5 from Sheem Biles, who's a rookie, and 7.5 from Rook, not bad. And then 5 from Anthony Smith, 2 from Albert Regis as well. Travis Hunter with 3 picks. Love to see that. Obviously, the kind of the leader of this defense, it feels like, in a way, with him and the Luakon. But, okay, and then Josh Allen, not to mention. But let's go ahead and play the Colts in Wild Card Weekend. Let's put on some badass Jags jersey. I know they got some cool ones. I feel like the Jags have, like, a really cool colorway. It's kind of different, but I like it. Let's go. Yeah, let's go with these classic ones in this playoff game. Let's see if we can come out here and beat the Colts in these classic jerseys. But yeah, let's jump in, see how we do in our first playoff game of the video. Hopefully we're able to win, but we'll see. So here we are at Everbank Stadium in Florida. And of course, the Jags hosted a playoff game last year against the Bills and lost. But hopefully this time around, we're able to win. Do go up 3-0, but they tied up pretty quickly. 3-3 so far. And yeah, both defenses playing well to this point, only 3 points, but there is a touchdown for the Colts. Hopefully match it here soon. We do get an enter or fumble recovery from a Luakon. Big stop here. We definitely could use, you know, some points off the turnover, but unfortunately not the case. 17-3, but we do score a field goal and interception from none other than Travis Hunter. And we do score off of it, so we're back in the game. We get a stop at midfield. They miss a field goal. We go out here and take the lead. We cannot. And we do get a chance as another interception. 17-14. I don't know why, but it feels like such a good time to jump in and see if we can come out here and steal this game away. I feel like we pretty much were buried there for a second, but we actually have an opportunity to get back in this game. A minute 20 left. We have a lot of time, and oh my gosh, we are going to get a really nice run to start this drive. And that's going to be 31 yards from LaQuint Allen in this one. Oh my gosh, my Xbox sounds like it's about to... I got to do something with my Xbox, man. It literally sounds like an airplane. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's clearly something in it that's not going well. Maybe I need to clean it. I don't know. But anyway, I've had it since it launched. So yeah, I mean, that felt like such a long time ago. But all right, let's see if we can score here. I'm wasting time. And there we go. Jacoby Myers, get in the end zone. Not quite, but we have a chance to steal this one away. 3 at the 3-yard line. We go no huddle here. All right, we get, we need some urgency here, Myers. I get you're celebrating a first down. Chase Claypool stuff if I've ever seen it. But of course, we got still plenty of time. 40 seconds left. I'm going to run the ball again because I do think we have time. Okay, not quite. Did not work out. Let's go no huddle again. And this time we'll keep this in the air. All right, so now we'll go try to throw this in the end zone. Let's see if we have anything here. I'm looking for you, Washington, but we'll see if, what is that, a false start? Not who I meant to throw it to. I actually clicked the wrong button, but it did work out. But there's a penalty. I have no idea what this penalty could be. We'll see what it is. I'm a little scared here. I think it's an offsides on them, if I had to guess, because it's pointing at this guy. And yeah, I literally clicked the wrong button. It was an offsides on the defense. So we are going to take the lead with 20 seconds left. And we will allow, or we'll hopefully get the stop on this final drive. And just like that, fellas, we are headed to the divisional round, 21-17. So yeah, feeling good about that. We walked out of here victorious, facing our division rival. I did jump in to save the day, but to be fair, the AI did put me in a good spot to do so. They put us at midfield. Daniel Jones, of course, had really, 2 bad turnovers to put, especially at the end there, man. That really put us back in the game. Eric Singleton, 88 yards and a touchdown for him, 54 and a touchdown from Washington. And of course, Strange caught that last one. I didn't even mean to throw it to him, I'm not going to lie. But Antonio Johnson and Travis Hunter came through with some big picks. I think we scored off both those turnovers. So yeah, very good stuff. But all right, let's go to divisional round. So now we have the Cleveland Browns coming to town. So we are at home again. And of course, the Browns and the Jaguars made the trade with each other that landed the Jaguars Travis Hunter. So this is kind of interesting in a way. They have Jared Verse, of course, not Myles Garrett anymore. But they're up 7-0 to start things off. And they're going to, okay, somehow they did not walk away with a 10-0 lead at the very least. And we will go tie it 7-7. And we'll go up 14-7. There we go. It looked like we were about to go down 2 possessions. But instead, we have a lead. But... okay, we get another stop here as another missed field goal from the kicker, but they do take the lead here on a touchdown drive. It's tied up. I'm curious to see who the Browns have at QB. They must have like a, young quarterback over there. So it's 27-17. It does look as if we lost this season or lost in the divisional round here, but let me see if I can score quickly. I'm going to probably just try to throw some Hail Marys up and see if we can score quickly, get the ball back. But yeah, this is unfortunate. So I did feel like, having the Browns coming to town, that was a team we could beat. And unfortunately, they must have, like I said, a young QB or something. And yeah, I didn't even get the ball off here. So Jared Verse is going to sack us. Not a good start to this drive at all. But let me just throw something up to BTJ potentially. It looks like they're not going to press or anything. So I'm still going to just throw this up no matter what I see. And you know what? Maybe not quite. Would have been nice to cut it off the tip. I don't know. Let's just get out of here. I think we lost this game. There's no need to waste anybody's time here. So we probably lost this game, and it's going to be a 27-7 victory for the Browns. Their QB is none other than Julian Sayin. Okay, so I guess Julian Sayin came into the Browns and now has them in the AFC Championship game. So GG's. Would have been nice to have had it go to us, and we made it there, but unfortunately, not going to be the case. Hopefully, we have a little bit more cap space this offseason. But yeah, definitely a step up from last year. We definitely need more talent, so let's go build some more. Maybe year 3 could be a season we can make it to the Super Bowl, but we'll see. So the Browns actually made it all the way to the Super Bowl and freaking won. So shout out to them. Carson Schwarzenegger, Super Bowl MVP. So Ahmad Hardy and Sammy Brown were your rookies of the year. Dallas Turner against Depoy. That's interesting. Jamar Chase, offensive player. Matt LaFleur and Joe Burrow, Coach of the Year and MVP. So $45 million apparently. There could be some important free agents for us to have to re-sign, but definitely a little bit more than we had last year, obviously. So BTJ, Jarian Jones, Rook, Foyesade Luakon. Okay, so I definitely think I'm probably... oh, Cam Little as well. I'll bring him back because, it's pretty important to have a kicker, especially as a team, or especially as a fan of a team that's always, had bad kicking play. Yeah, having a kicker feels so important, man. Like, imagine being a Commanders fan and your kickers just suck every time you bring one in. I'm going to bring back Jaren Jones as well. And then Rook was pretty good last year. He's up to a 79 overall. He was our best D tackle. Ideally, we get another D tackle here, but I'm fine with re-signing him. And then Fuasada Luakon, it does suck to let him go, but he has regressed down to a 79 overall. And so we'll do that. But all right, now we're going to have about $16 million in cap space, which is good. So we definitely have a little bit of money to spend. It could create some more if need be. But here's what things look like. So you know, base all tune jumped up quite a bit. Offensive line is looking pretty good, all things considered, I will say. We do need to bring in a center, I feel like. Strange is up to star dev, so that's awesome to see as well. He was not star dev earlier. But I like my offensive linemen as far as tackles are concerned. Defensively, we obviously lose, but we have Biles and Kaiser here, and then we have, oh my gosh, we need to move him back to Mike linebacker. He's up to superstar dev. I love that. So we moved him to Sam, and obviously he got played out of there, but we'll move him back to Mike linebacker, so he is indeed starting for us. But yeah, that felt like a really good pick with Luakon now out of the way. So I love that pick, and I did not expect him to become a superstar dev, but very happy with it. And Trayvon Walker. So I really like my linebackers now. That's good. Safety play is looking pretty good as well to me. Corners, and we could, and then D lineman, like I said, we do need another D tackle for sure. So D tackle, definitely a #1 priority for me. Could improve the secondary a little bit, and a center. So quite a bit of things to need, and not a ton of money to work with. So let's see who's in free agency. So you do have, oh, there is some good D tackles here. Like if we could go afford Jalen Carter right now, or Quinnen Williams, that would be nice. And then we do have like Kalen Bullock here as well. Nick Cross is here. There is some, and Julian Love. There is some good players here, but I feel like we need a corner more than anything. Deion Dawkins is here as well. So what corners are on the board, if any? DJ Reed. I actually wouldn't hate that. Okay. I would love to invent some money here because there are some players I'm interested in. So let's go see if there's restructures we can make to afford some players here. So saving wise, Josh Allen has been amazing for us. I don't think I want to release him or do anything with him. Brown, unfortunately, if we're gonna go get another corner, I do think cutting him makes sense. So let's go ahead and do that. And then can we just like restructure T-Law's big contract? It only frees up $6.5 million. Damn. Okay. BJ we just signed, so I won't do that. Anybody else got like a big contract? Trayvon Walker doesn't let me restructure apparently. Equanu free up $3 million. Washington. Okay, so damn, it's actually not a lot of options here unless we're releasing Jacoby Myers, which would suck to do. But that would be the other way. I want Jalen Carter and DJ Reed, I think, more than anything. I think that's what I want to walk away with. So I'm going to go throw Jalen Carter a deal. We're not even quite there yet. But, man, getting Jalen Carter in this defense would be awesome. So I think I'm going to trade Jacoby Myers for a 4th or something. So let's do that. Save a lot of money there. Let's see what we can get for Jacoby Myers. I hate to do it because I think Myers has been good when he's been brought to Jacksonville. But we can save money in any way we can. I think this is the best way to do it. So let's like counter one of these guys. Actually, let's just do it this way. Anybody have cap space to take on Myers? So the Browns, we could make them better, but preferably we don't do that. So maybe the Dolphins need a weapon over there. Just give me a 4th. I think that's fair because Myers I think originally was traded for a 3rd, so we'll save a lot of money there. That gives us money for Jalen Carter. We get an extra draft pick for him. So Jalen Carter, I'm gonna look to bring in, and then hopefully that's enough money for DJ Reed. Carter is interested. Hopefully he chooses us over our division rival, the Titans. And then cornerback, DJ Reed's going to be my other guy I'm bringing in. Just barely able to afford him. We'll see if he signs the neutral deal. I don't know if he will. So we'll see on that. We'll offer it. It does let me offer it. And where's only offering? It's a green offer. So maybe we get him and Carter. That'd be nice. And we do get both. So dream scenario has been accomplished. So we bring in another corner opposite of Travis Hunter. And both of them, I believe, were superstar devs as well, which is also awesome. We do lose a wide receiver. We didn't get that center. We'll try to do that in the draft if we can. But yeah, DJ Reed, Travis Hunter, Jaren Jones, Jalen Carter now added. Safeties are going to have to be fine enough. But yeah, I actually feel really good about that. So we'll go in the draft, probably needing a center and a wide receiver. So let's go hit the draft up and see what we can grab. So I'm going to be taking Joe Otting here out of Notre Dame with our 1st round pick to be that center prospect we needed. I think we've taken a couple center or offensive linemen out of Notre Dame. So we get another one in here. Joe Otting, welcome to the team. There was quite a bit of wide receiver prospects on the board that I was definitely tempted by, but I think, like I said, continuing to address that offensive line problem is great. Mike Matthews, Craver, and Porter all on the board. Mike Matthews does not look very good at all, so we could pass on that one. Craver out of Texas A&M, 5'9", he looks awful as well. Mario Craver, and then what about Quincy Porter, 6'4", shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. I think we found our guy, so he will be the Jacoby Myers replacement. 6'3" in true value, got him 59, so not bad at all. And then last but not least here in round 3 for us, Doing grab here. Pick 91. At this point, it really doesn't matter what we take. I'd be open to pretty much anything. Chester. We could take another, edge rusher prospect if we wanted to. Cameron Crawford. Speed good. I'll take him. USC, get another offense or an edge rusher in here because Josh Allen is a free agent, so I really don't know what, the status with him is going to be. So yeah, I like Cameron Crawford as an addition here. And now we'll go take a look at the lineup going into year 3 after making the playoffs in year 2 and getting a divisional round as well. So 76 overall center was definitely needed. At 74 hidden dev wide receiver, 72. Not bad. Actually a pretty good draft, all things considered. So let's go into this lineup change and see what things are looking like. But yeah, very happy with how things went. And our grades are looking pretty good as well. Jalen Carter obviously was a massive addition. Gooseby still going to be our starting guard, and then Otting, of course, stepping in that center's position. BTJ, Porter, and Parker Washington. Brenton Strange, Basal, Tootin. I love how I talked about replacing Basal, Tootin. It just never happened. But Carter and DJ Reed, Ransaw, Johnson, Husky. And we'll leave the schemes and the playbooks the same because things went really well under that last year. So let's get into year 3. Hopefully good things to come this season. I would expect that to be the case. 87 overall defense. Hopefully leads the charge. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. Hopefully we're a playoff team again. So at the end of this season, we finish up at 12-5, and we get to go on the road in KC to start things off. We did not win a division. The Titans won it at 14-3, so they're definitely a team to look out for. And the Browns. So it's pretty much opposite because obviously, and the Jets, like some of the worst teams you can think of in the NFL. Don't get me wrong. Some of them have bright upsides, but the Jets. And then the Dolphins even went 9-8. So you have like the Baltimore Ravens going 5-12 and the Patriots going 6-11. Wow, pretty interesting. I will say Texans 8-9. There's pretty much Browns, Jets, Titans have arrived. That's interesting. But if we take a look at the stats, offensively, 7th in the NFL, best season by far for T-Law here in this video. Great to see that. And defensively, 3rd in the NFL. So top 10 on both sides of the ball, hopefully is going to equal good things. Basal Tootin also was an 1,100-yard rusher. Love to see that. Brian Thomas Jr., 9 touchdowns, 200 yards. So we have reinvented him again. Brought him back to his good old days. And Jalen Carter and Josh Allen were amazing. Biles as well. 16 sacks and 17.5 sacks. And then DJ Reed with 4 picks, 3 from Travis Hunter. So both our free agency additions, DJ Reed and Jalen Carter, were freaking awesome. So I love to see that. We're now going to play the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's not going to be easy. We'll see what happens, man. So let's go on the road in KC and see if we can do it. It's not going to be easy. But if we're able to beat the Chiefs, that could mean good things, but we'll see. It's going to be tough. So here we are at Arrowhead. Going to be really, really tough, man. I'm kind of scared for this one, but let's see how things start off. Hopefully we can get off to a fast start. Not at all. They're up 7-0, but we do get a field goal on the second drive of the game, and it's 3-7. So defense playing fairly well so far. Ooh, okay. Another interception from Jack Kaiser, or I guess not another one. We just got our first interception. Thinking of the last playoffs, but 21-14. Hey, we have a lead at the moment. Can we put them away with another touchdown? No, could have put them away there, but it's 21-21. But, okay, overtime. And we get the ball to start overtime. Damn, okay. So 21-21 at our own 30-yard line. We got to go score here, obviously. So let's go ahead and start off with an inside zone, although they might be playing press coverage here. So maybe we got something feeling pretty good here. So we're going to go verticals, I think. Just kidding. I guess they didn't let me audible. Man, if I could have somehow gotten to the right side of the field, there was no one over there. So I guess they had an ability that where I couldn't audible. That sucks because I think we had a good shot at taking a chance there, but maybe we'll have a second opportunity at it. I don't know what Porter's speed was, but we'll definitely look at him and maybe he has a chance. Number 5 is kind of on him though. Porter. Okay, just don't animate. I'm literally clicking the button and it had no animation. That was definitely there. Interesting. Okay, well, now we need a first down here because pointing to the Chiefs would be a death sentence right now. So, you know what? I'm going to take the chance on him again. Porter, this time he animates and he comes down with it. Wow. Oh, my Lord. Okay, I feel like that was a makeup for the last play because, wow. I feel like last play I got absolutely screwed. There was no animation. He was open, but that was a big catch for him to make. This time, Basal 2 is going to get us only 2 yards there, 43 yards on the day for him, but all right, now we're going to throw... It feels like we got to throw this in, man, if we're going to get it in here. So let's see if we can... Actually, I'm just going to hit... Tootin's going to get us a little bit closer down to the 2-yard line. This is going to be a big third down. Would have loved avoid a fourth down, aggressive play call here. Not feeling great about a run play. I'm going to do this double. It's not letting me audible again, though. I have to run it. All right. But it works out. So you know what? Maybe that's for the best. 28-21. Touchdown. And now we need our defense to just get a stop. And they do not. Okay. So now it is sudden death, I believe. So now we have to go down there and just get in field goal range, which we did pretty easy last time. So let's see if we can do it again. And I'm going to start with a scramble here to T-Lot. Oh my gosh, we're getting a lot more than... Oh, it was such a gamble not sliding, but wow, it paid off. So we're down the 46-yard line already. Felt really good about our running, running with Trevor Lawrence there. And we do have Cam Little, so we're technically, theoretically, already in field goal range because Cam Little's leg, as we all know, is, yeah, he's got a great leg. So we're going to keep this on the ball, keep this on the ground. Just need to get probably a few more yards to just really secure this. 2nd and 6. One more first down should probably put us in prime position to kick this one off and walk away with a victory here. But let's see if we can get another first down here. Decent blocks. 3rd and 3. I mean, we're getting it closer at least to give Cam Little another chance. I'm keeping this on the ground. I don't want to risk anything. So even if we don't get a first down here, I feel comfortable kicking a field goal from here. So first down run. There we go. So now we have it. And that should be... I think we should just go ahead and kick it. I think we shouldn't gamble it any longer. 49-yard field goal for Cam Little is easy peasy. Now, this is a slow animation that might throw my timing off, so I got to really be careful of that. Man, it would be funny as hell if I fumbled this and just all of a sudden missed this. We could come out. We could not kick it again, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to challenge myself to make this. I just got to remember it's a slow animation, so just, take your time here. And that should be good, I think. Oh my gosh, is that good? It is. Okay, that scared me a little bit, but I missed it just a tad bit to the right. But it's in, and we are going to walk out of here beating the Kansas City Chiefs 31-28. So that was such a thrilling win. That was such a big one to get. But of course, we still have the Browns and the Titans around the corner, which is kind of interesting to say. But we'll go see if we can beat them if we run into one of them. So indeed, we do get to play the Tennessee Titans on the road, which is kind of scary because I knew it'd be them or the Browns. Both of them were phenomenal. So let's see how we can do against our division foe, Tennessee. And we do get off to a 3-0 start, which is great. And we're up 10-0 just like that, but they're going to score here. And we're up 17-7. So this has been pretty good so far. We get a fumble recovery here. But yeah, I'm not... Ooh, okay. Hold on. Our offense seems to be awake for this one. 24-17, 27-17, and it is going to be a 27-20 game. Just got to keep the ball away from them. 30-20, and that should end this one here. So we're going to beat our division foe, Tennessee Titans, on the road. That was a good one to get. Obviously needed that. And yeah, we'll walk out here with a 30-20 victory. And now we head to the AFC Championship game. 328 yards from Trevor Lawrence, 1 touchdown from Cam Ward, 2 touchdowns. Neither quarterback threw an interception. 61 yards, 119 yards, and 11 receptions for BTJ. What a game there. And then 2.5 sacks from Rook. Love to see that. So no interceptions. But okay, let's get to the AFC Championship game. Taking out the Titans was such a big one to get. But let's see who we get to play. I assume it might be the Browns the next round, who, of course, eliminated us last year. So we actually might have caught a break here. It will not be the Cleveland Browns who eliminated us last year. We actually get to host the AFC Championship game because the Jets must have upset them. So let's go see if we can take out the Jets here and punch our ticket to the Super Bowl as we're up 7-0, but they do tie it up pretty quickly. And let's not sleep on the Jets. They could be a good team. Maybe they drafted a young QB and things are turned around for them. It's going to be 21-14 as we say that. But again, we can still get back in this one. And they're up 24-14. Got to score on this drive, it feels like we do. Get a nice interception from Jerry and Jones, and we take the lead back. Such a bit. And, oh, we get a stop from the 2-yard line. Is it really Mac Jones is their QB right now? That's who we're dealing with on the other side? That's kind of funny. But, okay, so I would figure they would have had a young QB, but maybe their QB got hurt. I have no idea, but Mac Jones is the quarterback on the other side. And, of course, Mac Jones, I believe, played in Jacksonville there for a second behind T-Law, if I remember correctly. But we're going to get... maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but we got an injury timeout to looks like one of our offensive linemen or our blocking tight end. I'm not sure which one it was, but okay. Nice run to start things off, not to mention I forgot to say that because of the injury. But yeah, nice run, and we're gonna just, okay, nice run again. We're gonna another first down run here, and we're just gonna try to soak this game away because obviously we're trying to punch our ticket to the Super Bowl here. 28-24. Do I hit him with the play action, or I just kind of keep it simple? I mean, so far the running has worked, so let's not overthink it. I'm taking this straight to the edge. I'm not even going to cut it inside. I'm committed to the edge, and it is there. So nice blocking on the outside. Again, another lovely run. 2nd and 1. They can't seem to stop the run so far. It was our blocking tight end that got hurt, so that makes sense. But okay, 2nd and 1, 1 yard for a first down to keep bleeding this clock away. Make sure the Jets never see this ball again. And not a great run here, but it is a first down nonetheless. 73 yards on the day. I'm kind of tempted to throw them off with some play action here, see if they're ready for it. But man, the running has worked so well. Do I do it? I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's get busy here. So let's see if we can. I mean, we could just dump it off to Y if need be, but man, I would love to hit like BTJ down the field if they're not ready for this. They're not ready, and BTJ is open. Oh my gosh, there we go. That is exactly what I wanted. So BTJ is going to get in the end zone. That should be ball game, hopefully anyway. Maybe not. Maybe this offense scores really quickly, and now. So 24-35 victory. Was it indeed Mac Jones playing on the other side the whole time? I definitely need to look at that to see, because man, what a performance by him if it was. It was. Mac Jones had 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. T-Law had 5 touchdowns, though. Let's get the Super Bowl. What a game by T-Law to get us to the Super Bowl. Hopefully we can win when we're there. I don't know who we're going to be playing, but should be fun anyway. So funny enough, it's actually going to be Liam Cohen's former team. It's the Buccaneers, who I just did a rebuild on as well. So this is going to be interesting. But yeah, Liam Cohen gets to coach against his former team in the Super Bowl, Bucs Jaguars. And we're going to go up 7-0. It's 7-3 now. I would love to just put this Bucs team away immediately. There we go. Already up 2 possessions, but the Bucs do score. And now it's 17-10. So we do have a touchdown lead here. We go up 20-10. I would love to not have to jump in this one at all. 27-10. And it does look as if that could be the case here, especially if we score here. And now this game's over. We won the Super Bowl very easily. No need to even jump in on this one. And we're going to walk out of here with a Lombardi to the Jaguars. So not sure if that's their first one in franchise history. Maybe they have one. I don't remember. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this one. We're getting to the end of Madden 26. Only 3 more rebuilds left after this one. So yeah, and then again, like I said, when Madden 27's out, we'll be back to uploading every other day. I know it's been a slow grind over here, but it was better than not uploading at all and just like, you know, going incognito for however long. But thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.